Types of air duct cleaning systems. There's two basic approaches to cleaning air ducts. There's a rotating brush on the end of a vacuum hose that you take off each of the vents or registers, and you put the hose or manipulate the hose down through the ductwork as far as you can get it. In a round duct or flex duct that's 7 or 8 inches in diameter, that type of system does a pretty darn good job. I'm speaking from experience, of course. 20 years ago when we started cleaning air ducts, that's the type of system we started off with. Used it for 3 years plus or minus, and had plenty of experience with it, did the best we could, and very much firsthand learned the limitations of that type of system. One of the limitations is the vacuum hose is only a 1.5, probably a 1.5, maybe at most a 2-inch diameter hose. Even with an extremely powerful vacuum behind it, the hose diameter is only so big. You can only move so much air down a small hose. So the collection rate or the airflow rate tends to be limited to about 90 cubic feet per minute of airflow. That's not enough. It's not nearly enough. As we would start to put our hose, our brush, our rotating brush down through an opening, and it begins to churn and stir up the dust off of the surfaces of the duct, we would get a blast of dust that would come back out of the duct into our face, and that's being released into the home. It was dirty type of method for doing it in the home, and difficult to control all the dust. It was dirty. The other limiting factor was so the individual feeder lines or ducts that are circular, it works okay for those. But what about the main lines and the trunk lines and larger diameter ductwork? Absolutely terrible. Does a terrible job of cleaning or almost non-existent. If you try to feed into those ducts directly, you have to cut fairly large holes. Once it goes in there, the brush is rotating one direction. It wants to hug against that side of the duct, so the other side gets untouched. Very limiting, very poor job. Does not do a good job of cleaning larger diameter ductwork or trunk lines. The correct type of equipment to use for cleaning air ducts is a negative air system, which is a very large, powerful vacuum that's hooked up to the ductwork in at least once on the warm air side of the ductwork, at least once on the cold air side of the ductwork. There may be reason to move it and relocate it more than once, but gets hooked up once. All of the vent covers are taken off or covered, and then a plug put in or some sort of covering or plug put in so that the airflow can be blocked on each one of the individual lines, and then one of those plugs or blocks is taken out one at a time, so all of the airflow is concentrated down one duct at a time. And then a mechanical brush or air cleaning tool is used to agitate, brush, and lift and remove the dust and dirt. The big vacuum I referred to typically are 2,500 cubic feet per minute or more. So more than 25 times the amount of airflow of the little rotating brush type system that I described a minute ago. So a large negative air machine type setup is how ductwork should be cleaned. The clean way to do it gives all of the options and tools available for the right way to do it to get good results. The vacuum unit can be portable, can be one that's brought into the home. If it is, they have HEPA filtration, not a problem, they're clean. Or it can be truck mounted. That type of negative air system is the right way to clean air ducts.